Hey girl, you're listening to episode 194, and today we're chatting about vaginas. Now I said hey girl because I'm pretty sure there's like one man that listens to the podcast, and it's probably my dad. Hey dad, maybe also Kevin. Hey Kevin. And today we're going to be chatting about the vagina. Yes. Now, if all this talk about your nether region has you thinking, hey, maybe keto can be done differently for women, I should probably explore this, head on over to happyketobody.com to learn more about all the steps I've taken and have coached thousands and thousands of women on taking so that they can adjust keto to work well for their body, their lady body. Now, if you want to catch up on previous episodes or grab all the links and resources that I'm about to share for today's episode, go to ketodietpodcast.com, look for episode 194. I'm all cuddled up here. I have recorded, 15 episodes back to back. This is the last one in the series. I am ready to take a nap, so I might be a little bit silly. We're going to get through this. It's going to be fun. It's going to be a shorter episode because I really try to condense all of the amazingness into a short space. I could make this last an hour, but I don't think I need to. So without further ado, let's do this thing. Welcome to the Keto Diet Podcast. If you're new around these parts, I'm Leanne Vogel. You may know me as the international best-selling author of The Keto Diet, The Keto Diet Cookbook, Keto for Women, and the writer behind the site HealthfulPursuit.com. As a woman, you already know exactly how hard it can be to lose weight, stay in shape, and make the best of your diet. I've put together a free 21-page guide exclusive to podcast listeners that shows you why imbalanced hormones are generally at the core of all struggles that women face when it comes to our weight and our overall health. Go to ketoforwomen.com for your free guide. In this free 21-page guide called Managing Hormone Imbalances for the Keto Lady, I share tips that will help you find success in adjusting your keto to fit your lady body. First, I'll provide 5 tips to help you stay focused as a keto lady. And lastly, we will review the top hormone imbalances that affect women, signs you may have a hormone imbalance, and actions you can take right now to achieve hormone balance. You can get your free 21-page guide at ketoforwomen.com, and thank you so much for listening today. Okay, so a little story time. I had to go on antibiotics. It happened. Sadly, I resisted it for many, many moons, and I had to go on antibiotics. And these were very, very powerful antibiotics, super powerful. I took probiotics so I would take my antibiotics in the morning and then take my probiotics at lunch. And I was trying to do all these things and I still got a yeast infection. And I have not had a yeast infection since 2012. And we're talking about yeast infections and vaginas. So if this conversation is bothersome to you, you probably shouldn't listen because I have zero shame about the fact that I have a vagina and she's beautiful. So yes, 2012. And the reason I kept getting yeast infections back then is because I was a runner and I hated wearing underwear when I was running. So I was always wearing just my regular yoga pants or running shorts. And it just was a constant problem. Probably also didn't help that I wasn't really eating very well. And I also had bulimia and dabbled in anorexia. And so I had a lot of stuff going on. Maybe that's you, maybe it's not, but I think it's a completely natural thing to get a yeast infection once in a while. The use of antibiotics is a number one creator of yeast infections. Now, I'm not quoting a scientific journal. I'm just basing it off my own experience. Every time I use antibiotics, I get a yeast infection, and it's such a bummer. They're so uncomfortable. Oh, and I knew instantly, I took the antibiotics and I was it's going to be great. I'm not going to get a yeast infection. And literally a day later, I was oh, really? Do I really need to deal with this? And back when I was a runner, it got so bad that I had to go, I don't even remember what it was, but it was a prescription drug that I was on almost all the time to reduce my likelihood of getting yeast infections. So when I got this yeast infection a couple months ago, I was now I got to go to the pharmacy and get the suppositories and use them for 3 to 5 to 7 days. And I'm wait, Leanne, you've learned a lot about the vagina between 2012 and now. I don't think you need to go to the pharmacy and do all that funky stuff again. So I embarked on a path of healing it myself with essential oils and crystals and meditating. No, I'm just kidding. I also use drugs, but like supplements more so. So the first one that I discovered was boric acid vaginal suppositories. That's some good stuff. I'm going to link up to one in the show notes that I really enjoy. There are some that have boric acid with aloe vera. There's some that have just boric acid. So what I did is I started inserting these. I think, it was morning and night. So the morning was a little bit awkward because like halfway through the day I would leak. So if you're going to use any suppositories, I would highly recommend just getting a little panty liner. I really, really, really recommend that you use safe panty liners. In fact, I'm going to make sure that I link up to my favorite panty liner that's 100% organic cotton and has no funky pesticides in it and stuff that you really don't want near your vagina. So wear a little panty liner. I would say at all times when you're doing this, because the evening insert is going to come out sometime during the day and the morning insert is going to come out sometime during the day. So just wear a panty liner and you'll be fine. So I did that for 3 weeks. Specifically for the first 7 days, it was morning and night. And then for the next 14 days, it was just at night. Back to today's episode in a sec. So I've been doing a little something for 10 minutes a day, and all of you are starting to notice, and you're like, what is your secret, Leanne? Your skin is glowing. What are you doing? So a couple of months ago, I was quite hesitant, but I ordered a Joovv Red Light Go. It's a handheld device that I hold up to my face for 10 minutes a day. It's red light that stimulates collagen, counteracts the signs of aging, is beneficial on the effects of wrinkles, acne scars, hypertrophic scars, and the healing of burns. And it's also been known to be an effective natural acne treatment. And as a 30-something-year-old whose mother told her that she would definitely stop having acne at 18, I can tell you that's a straight up lie, because I am now in my mid-30s and still struggle with acne. But for the last couple of months since I've started using my Joovv Go every morning for 10 minutes, my acne has gone away. My scars from way, way back in the day are healing, and my skin has this wonderful, beautiful glow. So if you're wondering, what is this thing? How do I do it? It's a handheld device that emits red light. I put it close to my face every morning for 10 minutes. It's a rechargeable light. It lasts about 10 days on one charge. So you just hold it up, 10 minutes, relax. When it turns off, you go about your day. You can find out more by going to joovv.com/keto. That's JOOVV.com/keto. Click on shop and choose targeted devices. Now, if you want the device that I have, it's the Joovv Go Red model, and that'll help boost the collagen in your face, reduce the fine lines, acne scarring, and all that amazingness. Help boost your glow. Again, that's JOOVV.com/keto. Okay, back to today's episode. Okay, so I had the boric acid inserts, the panty liner. I also started supplementing with oregano oil. Now, you could get oregano oil supplements, or you could just use essential oils. So I personally sell doTERRA. This is a new thing to my business. I've been doing for a couple of months. I've been using doTERRA for the last year and a half almost, and essential oils for the last 10 years. I love oregano oil. I couldn't imagine a life without it. And so if you want to learn more about oregano oil, I'm going to explain it in a little bit. But if you want to grab some and use my link, you can go to mydoterra.com/healthful pursuit. Look for oregano oil on there and you will be set to go. So the beautiful thing about supplementing with something like a doTERRA oil is that you know that it's like the purest of the pure. All you need is one drop, like one drop will do ya. So you can take one drop internally daily. So I would just drop it on my tongue in the morning and go about my day. Easy peasy. Now, if that bothers you, you can also put it in a little capsule yourself, or you can add it to your water. I've really enjoyed adding it to water. I really like it. You can also cook with this stuff. Not so much cook with it, but if I'm making like a salad dressing for one, I'll just put a drop or two in the salad dressing itself, and it adds such a rich oregano flavor. It's amazing. So again, it's mydoterra.com/healthful pursuit. Okay, so I did that in the morning. And then the last but not least, to get rid of my yeast infection completely naturally, was that I started supplementing with a vaginal probiotic. And I've continued to supplement with this. After the yeast infection, I went through about 3 months. I'm just on the last bottle now, and I'll finish that off and then I'll be good to go. And it's a specific probiotic for yeast balance. So I choose the Ultimate Flora probiotic by Renew Life. And it's designed with 50 billion live cultures from 10 probiotic strains. Each are dairy and gluten-free. It's a vegetable capsule and it's formulated for targeted delivery. I really, really, really love Renew Life. I always will, unless they massively change something. So I'll include a link to that probiotic. Now, after this yeast infection took place, I was like, this was right around the time that I was coming into my sexual wellness and like really empowering myself and doing all the things that I chat about in my workshops, which you can find out more by going to healthfulpursuit.com/workshop1. I started to notice how like I never really take care of my vagina as well as other parts of my body. Like I always get pedicures, but like I wasn't really doing much to support the health of my vagina. So a couple of things that I started doing moving forward. I started making my own coconut oil inserts. So what I'll do is I'll get coconut oil, like a tub of coconut oil at room temperature. Now, room temperature in the Caribbean is like melted. So we're talking room temperature in like Montana. Like it's not, or maybe like Northern California. It's not totally melted. It's not totally Canadian hard. It's like in between. So I can like move it around with my hands. So I'll take about a tablespoon to a tablespoon and a half. I'll shape it in the shape of a suppository, really, like a little pill. And I'll put it in the fridge until it hardens. And every other day, I inserted that piece of coconut oil in me. And I put a little towel down in my bed, and then it would slowly melt out. And the next morning, oh my gosh, yes. Every woman needs to do this, and you don't have to, but I'm very happy that I do it. And now I do it about, I would say, once every 5 days or so. It feels great. It's great. Just do it. It's great. That's all I have to say. Back to today's episode in a sec. ButcherBox features 100% grass-fed and finished heritage-bred pork and organic free-range chicken. ButcherBox sends you high-quality, health-promoting meats directly to your door on dry ice and free shipping anywhere in the lower 48. ButcherBox makes committing to quality protein sources less expensive and more available to everyone. Their prices are hard to beat, and it's challenging to find a higher quality product anywhere in the USA. I've been using ButcherBox for years and love the convenience of a package showing up just when I need it, and their ground sausage is an absolute dream. ButcherBox has put together a super special deal for all listeners of the show. Order your first box and get a special gift plus an additional $20 off. Now, this special gift is so epic that I can't even mention it on the episode today. So you'll have to go to butcherbox.com/keto diet to check out the deal plus get your $20 off your very first order. Again, that's butcherbox.com/keto diet to check out the deal plus get $20 off your first order. If you're unsure of the link, simply check out today's show notes for all the details. Okay, back to today's episode. Also, if you have any imbalance, like say you're dealing with odor or like light itching or dryness or anything, you can add something like a tea tree oil in each suppository. Let's say I'm making 6 suppositories. I'll add maybe 3 to 4 drops of tea tree oil. Now you want to be really careful with tea tree oil because too much is too much. So go light on the tea tree oil. That's why I say if you're making 6 suppositories, 3 drops is really good. Now, a lot of people say that tea tree oil cannot be taken orally, but a lot of the vaginal supplements online have a combination of tea tree and olive oil or tea tree and aloe vera. So I've had a lot of success with that. And tea tree has rejuvenating and cleansing properties and can really soothe skin irritation. So I find that it's really great. So give that a whirl also if you're being called to do so. And last but not least, I know that this is a problem for many women as we reach our 40s, 50s, and beyond. And I was noticing that I needed a little plumpness down there. And no, I'm not talking about injectables. There's a product called Julva. It's made by my friend, Dr. Anna Kabeka. I've now been using it for 60 days and I love this stuff. It enhances your lushness, increases moisture, deepens your passion, sensation, and excitement. It's basically moisturizer that you rub on yourself every morning. It contains coconut oil, shea butter, DHEA, emu oil. All you got to do is apply to the vulva and watch the magic happen, my friends. You're welcome on all accounts. And I think really getting comfortable with talking about our vaginas is really helpful because it's just one other body part that is quite beautiful and amazing, and we just don't talk about it enough. So I hope that if you've struggled through a yeast infection or you're just looking to better your vaginal health, that I've shared something with you that you're going to explore or not. That's cool. I'm not a gynecologist. I don't know best. I'm just sharing what I've done, and my vagina thanks me, so maybe she will thank you too. I hope you've really enjoyed today's episode. In a couple of days, episode 195, I'm going to be chatting about what your period says about you. And then we have Tracy taking over the podcast talking about ditching deprivations. That's episode 196, October 13th. And then in October 16th, episode 197, I'm going to be chatting about all the keto foods you need to incorporate in your eating style to help with your gut. So lots of fun stuff coming up here. I hope you all have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you very soon. Okay, bye. Thanks for listening to the Keto Diet Podcast. Join us again in a couple of days to discover more keto for women secrets for your fat-fueled life. The Keto Diet Podcast, including show notes and links, provides information in respect to healthy living, recipes, nutrition, and diet, and is intended for informational purposes only. The information provided is not a substitute for medical advice, diagnosis, or treatment, nor is it to be construed as such. We cannot guarantee that the information provided on the Keto Diet Podcast reflects the most up-to-date medical research. Information is provided without any representations or warranties of any kind. Please consult a qualified physician for medical advice and always seek the advice of a qualified healthcare provider with any questions you may have regarding your health and nutrition program.